story of that. At this point, you've got the road arches off in two directions. You've got Shvetsko going to the left, and you can go. If you go straight, you'll end up in Szczecin. And as I don't want to be stretching out my journey too far, I better turn left. There is, in fact, a very nice hotel not far from here as well, but I am not going to use it either. I can't even. Oh, there it is, Quartet over there. It's already not so visible. Other trees that they plant around it have grown up. But I knew it was there because I've stayed there before. It's a good place. It wasn't expensive, might be now, but it's. And this takes a long time. I mean, for example, here, I'm going at 50, whereas I could be going along an equivalent space at 150. Not only that, but it's not that straight either. Whereas the motorway goes straighter at this point. So, you know, the ride would have been 3 times quicker. But still, I'm happier to see the old places again. On the way back, I won't do this. On the way back, I'll just go zipping through. But on the way out, I just wanted to take the time. Oh, lovely poppies. Poppies usually tell you that ground has been recently turned. That's one of the reasons why those Flanders fields were covered in poppies, because of all the turning of earth that accompanied the digging of trenches and the digging of graves for people that were obviously killed by the wartime activities in the First World War. And so the poppy became the symbol of the war dead, because they appeared almost like magic on the ground that was turned. Poppy seeds go all over the place, but they take hold best on that land which is turned, which has just been ploughed over or turned over. So oh, here we go, look. Garden figures. The dwarfs themselves have been given over to large stylized deer made out of some plastic substance. I assume that the really big ones are not worth making in China because in the transport costs aren't really they make it uneconomical. So I suppose the way to do it is that what needs to come out of a mould, if it's small like a toy, the Chinese are doing all of them, and probably by now they're probably subcontracting them to their African investments. But when it comes to big, heavy things that need to go into and come out of a mould, well, of course, if Poland can do that, because you don't have much of a transport cost to get things into and out of certainly this part of Poland. So you can see why they would still be quite economically viable for things like garden gnomes or other big garden figures that need to be put into a mould with plaster or plastic and then turned out in large numbers. Maybe not that large numbers, not like your little plastic toys you buy in toy shops. So it's more of a cottage industry. It's labour intensive, and people still want to do it here, and people still from Germany want to come over and buy it. Personally, I don't have any of those objects, and I don't think I'm going to hurry up and buy them. I'm not even really into wicker. It's alright, I suppose. Some of it's quite nice. I like in some restaurants to sit on these wicker things, but these days most wicker's made from a strange material which is really a kind of plastic anyway. Most of the stuff, you can keep them outdoors all year round. You don't have to worry about them getting wet and then bring them in or have them in conservatories like the traditional wicker, which is all very well for a bit of light rain, but you don't want them out there the whole time. You certainly can't winter them outside. Whereas these plastic wicker stuff, you can winter it out all year for all winters, for several winters on end. It will just stay the same. So that's what, and that's quite expensive, and it does look like the traditional wicker stuff under the fingers. It feels like it, but it's actually made of plastic, so it's much more hard wearing, and it's much more able to cope with all seasons and water and all sorts of stuff. So there we are. Even that wiklina, as it says in Polish for wicker, is not something which is going to be popular forever. Somebody come along with another technological solution. Of course, it's not the real thing, and those who want the real thing, they can get it here. But of course, they'll have to keep it indoors in conservatories and things like that. It's the ideal thing to put in a conservatory, but it's not the ideal thing to put outside, unless you've got a covered area outside, which is kind of permanently covered all year round, and it's okay. Right. So that was Pniewy.